I don't like this turkey.
Stewed an egg's head and sold one to Trigger.
Thanks.
Lovely jubbly.
Well, can I borrow some money?
Kushti.
I am paying for all this.
Right. Drinks all round.
Come here, Tommy wants a little Christmas gift.
I'm scared. Easy, fella. Somebody help me.
What's the matter, darling? Don't you find me attractive?
Oh, do those impressions. Go on, they're brilliant.
All right, princess.
All right, babe.
Oh, you're Can you do my mate Gripper?
You're my girl, you're my biscuit. I'm gonna say it again in case you missed
Will you
it.
pull my cracker?
Come on, Rodney, it's Christmas.
I'll pull your cracker.
All farting.
Yes. You are looking at Victoria Door.
Don't play with your food, Nick.
Just calm. Fight, Nick.
It's disgusting.
Hey, what are you doing?
Gravy wars.
Have some of that.
I'm staying here for Christmas.
We've got the whole family over this year. Christmas comedy on the BBC.
A group of childhood friends take control of the armies of Alexander the Great and King Darius in 25 minutes. Time Commanders here on BBC Two. First, there's a new baby in Bel Air, but who's the daddy?
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and it had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. Yo, home's the Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, home, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
Hey, don't you dare try to hang up on me. Now, who do you think you are? What kind of lowlifes are you people to throw a helpless minor out onto the street with a helpless infant? I'll call you back.
Who are you people to talk to my uncle like that? With a helpless infant and helpless actors. With all these helpless people.
Okay, here, this is it.
Somebody please help us.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
You know it's cold outside.
This welcome has been so nice and warm.
Look out the window at that
My sister
storm.
will be suspicious.
Oh, your lips look delicious.
Maybe just a cigarette.
Stay in with great movies this Christmas on BBC One.
The life of an extraordinary 17th century character. Steve Coogan is Samuel Pepys.
You should read his diary. Scribble, scribble, scribble every night.
The Private Life of Samuel Pepys. Tuesday, the 16th of December on BBC Two.
Playing out an epic battle in ancient Iraq. Time Commanders now on BBC Two, and if you're a digital viewer and think you're an expert in military strategy, press your red button now to take part in the discussion around the programme.
331 BC. Alexander the Great is on.
Started basically rolling up the Persian line, but the Persians still had one more move left in them.
The Persians on the left send people off to try to deal with Alexander's cavalry, but they see that fight over there. They assume that's where they need to be. So the extra cavalry on that side go charging off into the distance. They're never seen again. And off here on the right, Darius's cavalry and some of Darius's light troops, they see an irresistible thing opening. They see that big hole there. And they start driving through that big hole. Cavalry drive through the big hole. The cavalry see Alexander's camp way in the back, 5-7 miles away. And they go shooting off there, try to rescue Darius's mom and Darius's wife and kids, who are all being held hostage by Alexander. They charge off, maybe they come back, maybe they don't. They're out of the fight. And the rest of Darius's army starts getting in here, except for one guy, Darius. Darius sees everything starting to go wrong, and Darius turns around and leaves the field. The King of Kings is going to live to fight another day. But meanwhile, look at all those guys over there.
Right, okay. The hoplites nip off any further exploitation of that gap, and Alexander himself comes around, joins in the final climactic melee and the slaughter of those few Persian troops who've managed to get into that gap in the Macedonian lines. And the battle is concluded. Alexander gets his regime changed. The whole Persian Empire simply fits in, obeys his commands. He's in charge. Inordinate amounts of heavy drinking, celebratory orgy. No biped with a pulse is safe.
At the real Battle of Gaugamela, Alexander the Great's army won a decisive victory. The Persian Emperor Darius fled the battlefield, only to be hunted down and murdered by one of his own commanders. Alexander was crowned king of all Asia and went on to control over half the known world, an empire stretching from Greece to India.
All right, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
You enjoy yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the winning bits.
We were hoping you'd lose and there'd be tears, but that's television.
Hey.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done, Richard. Hard work.
Behind enemy lines over on BBC Three, with an insight into dangerous missions of covert observation and intelligence gathering from the world's toughest military force. SAS Survival Skills, starting now.